literally told myself, I'm taking a break from the internet because I'm a fucking dumbass. As soon as I said that shit, I seen this woman in America who's like, moved to Afghanistan with me from the US to be with my husband, whom I met on Snapchat and knew in real life for 12 days. Get ready with me to move to a country where I actively have less rights than a dog. And I was like, what am I witnessing? Because genuinely, if this is not rage bait, we are all witnesses. I have seen a few people talking about this. I haven't seen them bringing up a few of the points that I want made. Mostly the one that I do believe she's not just stupid, but she's moving there under false pretenses and like this false sense of freedom that she'll have when she gets there. But also I do see some rhetoric around whether she's being paid essentially to push certain political propaganda. And like, I know we typically don't talk about political viewpoints or things like this, but this is just a little bit crazy, you know? With that said, meet Alex Sunny. She is a TikToker who decided that she is going to uproot herself from America and move to Afghanistan to be with her husband, who she met on Snapchat and has only met in real life and known in real life for 12 days. Other than that, they have been talking online for, I'm pretty sure she said like 2 years. Now, typically whenever you're traveling out of the country, they do have a website where you can check for travel advisory, which is essentially giving you a level 1 to 4 of threat for how safe you will be in the country. And they tell you it'll be, you know, to just exercise normal precautions, exercise with increased caution, just reconsider the travel completely, or don't go. Don't do it. And I don't know about you, but this does not look blue to me. This is a level 4 threat. They're telling you don't go. Babe, don't do it. Y'all, it literally says do not travel to Afghanistan for any reason. Like, just don't do it. Don't go. Why? Don't do it. It deadass says we urge American citizens in Afghanistan to leave immediately. U.S. citizens seeking U.S. government help to leave the country should email their complete biographic details, contact information, their phone number, passport number, And it literally says right here, the U.S. Embassy in Kabul suspended operations in 2021. The U.S. government cannot provide routine or emergency consular services to U.S. citizens in Afghanistan. So essentially, like, if you get out there, yo, GG's. Multiple groups are active in Afghanistan. U.S. citizens are targets of kidnapping and hostage-taking and may become targets for violence. There is a high risk of wrongful detention of U.S. nationals in Afghanistan. Foreigners are often viewed with suspicion, too, so reasons for detention may be unclear or even arbitrary. Even if you are registered with the appropriate authorities to conduct business in Afghanistan, the risk of detention is still high. Detention conditions are severe. The Taliban do not permit the United States to conduct welfare checks on U.S. citizens in detention, including by phone. Detention can be long. Even if a case is determined to be wrongful detention, there is no guarantee of release because, just because. And while in detention, American citizens have limited or no access to medical attention, and they may face physical abuse. More than likely will face physical abuse. And they are saying if you go to Afghanistan, despite all of these travel warnings that they give you, because there are so many more, just a few that I read, they literally will tell you be aware of your surroundings and monitor local security developments at all times. Keep a low profile, monitor local media for breaking news, and be prepared to adjust your plans. Keep travel documents up to date and easily accessible. Share your travel and movement plans with a trusted person. Make contingency plans to leave Afghanistan that do not rely on U.S. government assistance. Draft a will and designate appropriate insurance beneficiaries or power of attorney. Discuss a plan with loved ones regarding care, custody of children, pets, property, belongings, non-liquid assets, collections like artwork, etc. Leave DNA samples. Leave DNA samples for your medical provider. And that's literally for just if you're traveling. And like, it's worse. It's worse though, okay? It genuinely is worse though. And there are women there who have literally no rights. Like, they just, what the fuck, babe? Like, why, what? Okay, anyways, we're getting into it. People are speculating if this is rage bait or if she's actually this fucking stupid. People are actually believing too that she is getting paid by the Taliban to push a certain political agenda, making it seem like women do have more rights or will have more freedom. I believe that she is truly just fucking stupid and she is uneducated as to what she's walking into. But I also believe that you should never drink Tylenol for another person's headache. We're going to be getting into this.
Liberal woman from the US is going super viral online right now because she is, and bear with me, moving to Afghanistan for her husband whom she met online. and she's showing that she's getting identification for Afghanistan. It is currently controlled by the Taliban.
Yep.
I'll remind everybody that Afghanistan is on the do not travel list as an American, but this girl is doubling and tripling down on her move to Afghanistan. It says the internet told me not to go to Afghanistan on 8/17 to be with my husband. So, and what is she gonna do? Let's find out. She's moving her trip up. I changed it to 8:03 because I miss him so much. Sometimes you see something where you just want to log off.
And, well, to be completely honest, logging off is probably something she's going to be doing when she gets there, because does she really think she's going to have access to social media then? Also, damn, just saying moving to Afghanistan for my husband is such a crazy statement, because if he really loved you, would he really be asking you to move to a country where you're essentially just handing in all of your rights? Listen, I live in the US. I am not saying it is perfect here. It is not even close to perfect. Women are actively losing rights here right now as we're speaking, but to be completely fair, I still am blessed that I get to wake up not in Afghanistan every day. And look, she is under like this impression that the Taliban does not rule every part of Afghanistan, but she did say that she's going to Kabul, or I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, and she did say she is going to Kabul, and that is known to be ruled by the Taliban. But here's the thing, right? And hear me out, because I'm not fully educated on this, and doing a like 15-20 minute Google search is not emanating an education on something, so I could be wrong, but let's just say, to entertain her here, the Taliban isn't ruling everything, right? Let's say they're not overseeing every single part of it, which, to be fair, I don't see how they could be like everywhere at once. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know the situation for that. Like I said, I'm not fully educated on that, but let's just say they're not literally everywhere at once. Why would you voluntarily, why would you still go, knowing your rights could be stripped, like, at any minute? Like, that's wild. And, like, I feel bad for her. I genuinely feel so bad for her, and I want to feel bad for her. But at the same time, like, and like I said, doing a Google search does not mean you have education on something. But we do have access to Google. We do have access to resources to just do the bare minimum. And the bare minimum is just that travel advisory. You know what I mean? Like, that's just bare minimum. Like, it's not good. Like, I'm just, for a man, you know what I mean? Like, I am so just taken aback.
So I'm going to try to answer all your questions the best I can, because I keep getting a lot of comments that kind of relate to these questions. So as for social media, there are a lot of content creators from Afghanistan. They primarily are on Instagram from what I've seen, but I have seen them on TikTok, and I've also seen them on Facebook. For example, my husband uses Facebook to advertise jewelry that he sells and the cars that he sells. So as for makeup and products like Bath & Body Works, normal, everyday, modest makeup and just being modest with your perfume is generally okay. Obviously, there's a lot of cultural differences when it comes to stuff like that, and weddings and celebrations tend to be a bit different. So when it comes to things like traveling or going out, I'm still learning. I will probably be able to tell you a lot better when I'm actually there.
Y'all, she said, I will tell you when I'm actually there. With what voice? Someone said, this is literally your future.
But I'm going there specifically to be with my husband.
A husband you met on Snapchat, knew for 12 days, in real life. It's not enough.
So I will, on a day-to-day basis, I will be spending all my time with him or his family.
What bothers me the most about this is every time she says, yeah, I'm going to be doing this, and like, oh, it's a girls-only gym, I'm going to be going with his aunt, and I'm going to be doing this, and I'm going to be doing this. She says it like she's going to have choice of it. Like she will have the rights and the freedoms to pick and choose what she does or where she goes or who she sees on a daily basis, when that is not the case. And she even said here about being with her husband a majority of the time, like spending time with his family, like you're not really gonna have a choice, because if you are out in public, he's going to have to be there with you. I'm gonna just quickly skim through this women's rights in Afghanistan article, because it's just not clicking for her. Women's rights in Afghanistan are not respected. They're restricted freedom of movement, restrictive dress code, no protection from violence, and forced marriage. There's more. But there's more. Now it says here, in Afghanistan, people have been suffering for decades from starvation, war, and terror. However, the situation in the country deteriorated drastically in August 2021 as the Taliban took power. Now, in 2023, 2/3 of the population are dependent on the humanitarian assistance. Almost 3 times as many in 2021 for women and girls. The situation is particularly dramatic. It took only a few months for the Islamists to act with incomparable severity towards women and girls as they took away their rights to self-determination. determination and wiped out 20 years of progress for the rights of women and girls in the country. Geez. Now, in spite of their initial promises to respect women's rights within the framework of Sharia law, the Taliban issued numerous decrees that prevent women and girls from exercising their basic rights to freedom of expression, liberty, work, and education. Afghans do not take the streets to protest for their rights, have been threatened, arrested, and tortured. Women rights activists report that there have been detentions, child marriages, forced marriages, and rape. They prevent women from accessing education by stopping education for girls at the age of 12. There is a Taliban requirement that women must be accompanied by a male chaperone while traveling. You know what's absolutely crazy too is a lot of people are saying how she's literally not going to be able to do anything without her husband, how her husband's going to be, he must be controlling if this is a lifestyle he wants for her. He wants her to come over there and essentially give away every one of her rights and her freedoms to be with him in this country. But she posted a video saying how her husband will write grocery list for her, and she posted a video talking about all of these gifts that she's going to be taking to Afghanistan with her, mostly for his family. And it's just crazy. And people are bringing up the fact, like, do you really think she made a video talking about things she's going to be bringing to Afghanistan specifically for the children of the family, and people are like, do you really think kids are going to be allowed to play with this? Like, imagine the devastation on the kid when they get handed these items that they're excited about then just get ripped from their hand. And she was like, oh my god, do you guys really think children aren't allowed to play? They are children. Children are of course allowed to play, but babe, women don't have rights. So women not having rights and are literally treated worse than dogs, that my brain, you know, like, how is it crazy that that's happening with women, but like children not being allowed to play? That's crazy, you know what I mean?
I'm an American moving to Afghanistan, and this is part 2 of all of the things I got as gifts for my husband's family. This is all for the kids. So first off, I got this like coloring book. I thought it was really cute for the girls. It has stickers where you can decorate the pages and color them, and stencils and stuff built in. And then I got a Spider-Man book for the boys, just a regular coloring book. So I also got some coloring pencils, of course, to go with that, some crayons, and some pencil sharpeners that I thought were cute. I also got some puzzles. I got a 48-piece Toy Story, 350-piece Cottage, 500-piece Colorful Buildings. I tried to get a bunch of puzzles that would be different sizes. I'm not really sure if water balloon fights like are a thing in Afghanistan, but I just saw these and I thought, you know, who doesn't love a good water balloon fight? I got this because I think it's really neat that you can put it together yourself. Same with this one. I think this is really cute, and you can build it and then keep it and put it, like, display it wherever. And lastly, I got these SpongeBob cards.
Somebody deadass commented and said enjoy your view, and that has almost 40,000 likes on it.
So this is part 2 of me answering your guys' questions in the comments. The reason we can't go to another country is because Afghan passports are just not strong enough. So I really like this comment because it reminded me of a time when I went to Chicago with friends. We took the wrong exit and we were immediately pulled over by police, and we were told to leave the area because it was too dangerous. So yeah, do what you will with that info.
Going to Chicago, which is a safe place, it's relatively safe. It's nowhere's incredibly safe, but you know what I mean. Like, Chicago is a safe place, you guys. It's unsafe as the rest of the world is. It is what it is. Not everywhere is going to be 1,000% safe, but it's a very progressive city. The fact that she's comparing a trip to Chicago to moving to Afghanistan as a woman is genuinely just disgusting. Now, this is where it starts to get interesting, because a lot of people in the comment section of her normal videos are typically just calling her dumb, but there has been rhetoric around her husband. A lot of people are saying, like, the stories don't really add up. Like, people are questioning if his aunt is really his aunt, or if that's one of his wives, like his first wife, and he just doesn't want to say anything about it. There's a lot of rhetoric around this in the comment sections. It's actually pretty insane. But somebody accused her husband of being in the band, and I guess she responded to a lot of people who are saying certain things about her and her husband. But she made a comment, and this Alex Sunny made a comment and said, I am actually a really big humanitarian and have donated thousands of dollars to Palestinian GoFundMe, nonprofit organizations that serve in all countries, and I'm sure that's going to say something along the lines to the people of Afghanistan. But Alex has essentially been popping off with people who are making certain accusations, and the way that she is responding to them, like, it's just not the best. And this girl, her name is like Eileen or something, and she ended up making a video in response to Alex.
The girl who's moving to Afghanistan for her husband actually commented on my video, and there's a few parts of this comment that are just completely wrong. I have no doubt in my heart that you are a humanitarian, that you have donated money to Palestinian causes, to Gaza. I can completely appreciate that, and I've never ever said on my page that you haven't. All I said is that you reposted a video calling women hypocrites for raising awareness for Afghan women because they're not boycotting things on the BDS list, which you did.
Like, this isn't too huge of a red flag because she still did lose thousands of dollars with this visa process, trying to get him to America, trying to have this relationship happen. They did spend, in her words, thousands of dollars on it, but when she was saying that they wasted thousands of dollars just on his passport, and then said that they only spent up to $1,500 on the passport, it was kind of like, girl, like you just said, it was only $1,500, up to $1,500, so how did you waste thousands on just the passport if you're claiming in the same video it's only $1,500?
Secondly, I think she has me confused for somebody else because there are people on TikTok who are saying that her husband is part of the... But I never said that. All I said was that you need to do the adequate checking to ensure that your husband is not already married because of certain parts of his story that are not adding up. That's not me, like, racially profiling your husband, okay? People can have more than one wife in Pakistan as well, and in Afghanistan it's way more common than Pakistan. Third, you're saying that I'm using you and your husband to grow my account. I understand that you need a man to grow your platform, but I have grown my platform without having to move to any third world country for a man. Again, I never called you out of touch. I don't know where you're getting that from. You can watch literally all of my videos about this topic. I never said that. My followers aren't pushing any agenda about you and your husband because my followers are not following me because of you. They're following me already and they've seen your video. I never said that your husband hasn't donated to UNICEF, but this just looks so suspicious because it's like you're accusing me of saying that your husband is a member of the... When I literally never said that, and you're being so defensive in this comment, like, it's actually, like, frying me. Like, I seriously didn't believe that, but now, after how you've reacted to me making just a video saying that you are not raising awareness for Afghanistan, which you're not, you're genuinely planning to move there, you react like this. I would love to hear you guys' thoughts and follow for more.
I really want to know your thoughts and opinions on this because, like I said, I just think this is... I don't know if this girl's dumb. I don't know if it's rage bait. I don't know if she's truly just, like, misinformed. I don't want to say she's, like, actually an idiot, but there's just no way that you are... She might just be an idiot, genuinely, because, like, there's just no way you have access to the internet and you post as frequently as you do, but you have not taken the 10 minutes. Literally, it takes 10 minutes, not even 2 minutes to Google the rights for women in Afghan, and you're going to sit here and tell me that you're going to be running your social media pages and just, like, living your best life out there. I don't know. Like, if this isn't rage bait, she's genuinely just stupid. Like, looking at the few things that I did just to better form my thoughts for this video genuinely hurt my stomach, like, twisted my stomach into knots reading what these women go through. So the fact that she's just willingly uprooting and putting herself in the shoes of these women who have been oppressed for the longest time and won out so badly is genuinely disgusting to me, you know? So it's hard to have sympathy. Like I said, if this isn't rage bait, we are actively witnesses to this, and it's just like, damn. Just damn.